following is about 8 people who describe their most unexplainable childhood memories. Let's begin. Number 1. Laying in bed one night. It's pitch black apart from the light creeping under the door. From the landing, my mom was actually with me in the same room as we had just moved in, and she was sleeping on the floor. I look up and the door slowly creaks open, and slowly, an oldish woman peers around the door, looks at me, and goes away. I just thought it was in a nightmare, and turned around real fast, went under the covers, hoping I would wake up. Then I will never forget what my mom says, whispering to me, "Did you just see someone peer around the door?" Safe to say, we didn't sleep a wink that night. Number 2. Me and my friend were hitting each other with pillowcases. Why? I don't know. We swung at each other, both holding tightly onto our cases. We hit each other simultaneously, and at the end of the swing, we look at each other's hands, and we're both holding each other's pillowcases. They just switched. Neither of us left, like anything was ripped or anything from our hands, or exchanged or anything. They were just suddenly swapped. I have no idea what happened. It doesn't make any sense. If I could see a recording of anything in my life, it would be that moment. Number 3. When I was a kid, I remember waking up in this room with my mom holding me down, and this older Somali lady, and I remember that I was screaming and crying the whole time, and I remember peeing blood the days after that memory, and being in pain. But that's all I remember. My mom said that it never happened, but I know something did. I lived in Kenya, and my mom was always gung-ho about female genital mutilation, but my dad refused to go along with it. Also, the fact that I have little to no memories of my life before the age of 14. Number 4. When I was a kid, my dad would take us to a giant lake with a sandy shore, like a landlocked beach for hillbillies. I was wading in the shallow end when I felt something brush through my fingers. Being 7 and wishing it was a real beach, I thought, maybe these are sea plants. Then realized that was stupid as I squeezed the tendrils that were brushing my hands. They squished and sunk, and I felt bones through the soft, squishy mass. Finger bones, like I was holding the hand of a child my age. I got out of the water, sat on the shore, and told no one. A year later, my sister said she thought a boy had been kicking her under the water, but when she grabbed at the foot, it felt cold and squishy, and she told no one. Number 5. I used to sleep in the basement of our house from when I was about 10 to 17 years old, which had a staircase going down that would overlook where I slept. My stepdad was a verbally abusive alcoholic, and on these nights, he would lecture me or my sisters on just about crazy nonsense for hours. No joke. But after that, we went to my bed. My stepdad would stand on the staircase, would watch me sleep. There were multiple times a week where I would wake up around 2 to 3 a.m. and see his figure standing on the stairs watching me. Number 6. I'm not really sure how creepy it is, but when I was little, my brothers, myself, and my mom all slept in rooms near each other. My stepdad still tells the story of us having conversations late at night in our sleep. Not normal sleep talking, full group conversations. He never specifies what they were about. Number 7. I remember almost nothing about the age of 12, and that's kind of creepy on its own. Number 8. When I was around 7, I was lying down on my bed with the recorder in my hand. Then my hand with the recorder suddenly closed in, and the recorder was gone. Never found it again. R.I.P.